Where'd you come up with this idea?
The idea really generated from the FAA made some changes. Airplanes historically have been kept away from the public, and the FAA is now opening that up to make flying much more accessible and much more fun to anyone who wants to fly. So a new category called light sport and a new license called the sport pilot.
Okay, but this sounds like a disaster waiting to happen because anybody can go buy an airplane and fly to the skies. I mean, there's got to be completely different rules of the air there.
Well, actually what they've done is it's a brilliant set of regulations which allows you to have access to the kind of flying that you could safely be trained and have easy access to. For instance, the sport flying, you don't fly at night and you don't fly in congested airspace. Okay. You don't fly in bad weather. So with that limitation, we can now expand the training and give you more training to make you safely and easily be able to fly your own personal plane.
Give us the specs about the plane, range and everything.
Yeah, it's about 100 miles an hour, flies about 400 or 500 miles, burns 25 miles, I guess about 25 miles a gallon. It's amphibious, land or water. Effectively, the airplane is designed to give you an amazing life experience. So for everybody who's dreamed of flying, he says, look, I have always wanted to fly, I want to have my own plane. Our objective is to make that more possible. And make an airplane that's intuitive, easy, fun, and very versatile.
So you need how many hours of training then to fly this?
You need about 20 hours of training.
20 hours of training.
See, you can do this.
Yeah, on a weekend, right? I can several weekends in a row.
Would you be in?
But do you want me behind the controls of an airplane?
Well, I don't know. Is it any more difficult than, let's say, being behind the controls of an automobile?
A little bit more, right?
Okay.
It still requires an FAA training, so it's about 2 weeks. So think of it maybe as getting your advanced scuba license. So still very controlled, and we will train you this in about 2 weeks. It'll be a life experience for you.
Tell us about the companies that built the hardware that goes into all this, because I'm noticing there's also the screen that looks very familiar to people that have those screens in their automobiles.
Yeah, if you look at the airplane, what you'll probably see is that it's pretty unique, and that what we've done is the goal here is to democratize aviation. And how you do that, how you democratize any technology is you humanize it. So we've got some of the world's best airplane designers, product designers, boat designers, car designers, put them in the room and said, let's figure this out. Let's make the world's first pure consumer product aircraft so it's very intuitive and very safe.
I'm just wondering, though, I still wonder about the airspace, right? So how do you know that you're not going to get in the way of other airplanes, where you can go, you know, like all of that?
Right. Well, I can give you so let me say, first of all, the FAA doesn't do things carelessly.
No.
This was 12 years in the making. So this has been thought through very, very carefully. The fact of the matter is the airspace is not congested. The airspace right around major airports can get congested. Away from that, it's like public airspace that's broadly unutilized. So the FAA recognizes this.
What altitude are you prescribed?
It's 10,000. So as a sport pilot, it's 10,000 feet and below.
Okay.
It's like the off-road airspace. Most airliners are up 20, 30,000 feet.
There, yeah.
Right.
Where's this being made?
We're in California. Started in Silicon Valley, Palo Alto. The company's in Northern California. We're starting production now.
And you've got how many orders?
I was going to say, what kind of engine are you using there?
It's a Rotax engine, 4-cycle, 100 horsepower.
And you've got how many orders?
1,500. So it's about 1,500, about 400 million in aircraft backlog. To put that in perspective, I think Tesla at the same point had about 900 vehicle orders and about 100 million. So
I was going to say the same Tesla driver is likely going to buy an airplane like this.
Potentially. I mean, again, this airplane, I don't know if you've seen it, but it is for anybody who's dreamed of flying.